Move to the Prussians' turn. Over here, I think this unit here is a very small, a tiny unit of Prussian Freikorps cavalry. So not a very good unit, but this unit is also not very good. It's on one hit, so I think they might risk it and attempt to charge home. Here. These infantry will continue to try and get themselves safe. I think essentially the Prussians here, as long as they can continue to cause damage, they need just one unit member to force a command morale take, and then that command can be in real trouble. And then they will continue to try and move this gun to get it into some useful position. So I'll now move those now, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so the artillery here move forward. I use the commander to get them a second movement, try and get them into a useful position as soon as possible. Over here, these infantry they similarly move forward and occupy the village. That should help them a little bit. I decided in the end to go forward here. That's probably the best bet that the Prussians have for a straight kill, or there and this unit here, so that could be decisive for the game overall and probably worth the risk. So let's assign the artillery now. So this gun will fire here, and that's within proper range, so that's going to be a morale test. This one I think can hit this and try and slow down the advance by bombarding it, because it's not in range yet. So let's see how the morale checks go. So on this side, this Austrian unit must take a test because it's within effective range of this gun. We don't know what quality it is yet. It's a C-class unit, so that means on a 6 it is elite, and on a 1 it's raw. So it rolls a dice, it gets a 6, it's elite. So it now takes its morale test. So it has +1 because it's elite, and +1 for the rear support from these guys here. So that's +2 overall. It rolls 2d6, it rolls 9, which is 11. It passes. The next unit to take a test is this unit of combined Austrian Grenadiers and Hungarians. It's in a bad state and got one morale failure left, and it's small unsupported, so small is -1. It has no pluses, so it rolls 2d6 with a -1 and scores 11. So that's a nice pass. But of course the Prussian player can get the Allied player to re-roll, and he will do. He re-roll the 6, so he rolls and gets 1, so that scores 6. Down to 5. So that is lose a life, and that of course, because they only got 1 life left, will be the end. So the commander will join, and he'll give a second try to pass the test. So it's the same score as it was before. So 2d6 and -1. So he rolls, he gets an 8 with -1 is a 7. The Prussian player could get the Allied player to re-roll one of these, but that's going to be one morale failure gone. They've only got 1 morale failure, so that's going to be removed. So the Prussian player is not going to give them a re-roll. It's just going to take that unit off. So another Austrian unit gone. So on to this unit. This unit is elite, so it gets +1 for that. There's no other factors involved, so it rolls 2d6 and it rolls 4 +1 5, so it takes a hit and goes from a white dice to a red dice. Finally, we have the cavalry over here. So this cavalry have been contacted by this unit. This unit, because it's a Freikorps cavalry, does not get a charge bonus, so they don't get any minus for that. but they are unsupported, so it is a straight dice roll with no pluses and no minuses at all. So they roll 2d6 and they score 7. So 7 is take 1 hit, and they only have 1 hit left, so that is the end for them. Okay, so this allied command has now taken more than 50% casualties, so it needs to take a command morale test. That is, it must roll a d6 and score 5 or 6 to stay in the fight, but it can add its command rating of the commander. Unfortunately, the commander's rating is now 0 because Stolberg was injured or shot earlier on, so now it is a straight dice roll, so they roll the dice and score 4. So this command is now withdrawing from the table. Normally, I think at this point I would probably call it an end. This command is will have to take command morale test itself next turn, because the army only has 2 commands and half of the commands are now gone, so it must take army command morale test for that. And because Zweibrücken is only a 0 commander, they will need a 5 or 6 to pass. So they've only going to have now limited time. I think at this point we'll call a finish. I think the game has gone well. I think I'll make some adjustments for the scenario. I think certainly I will make this unit active from the very start to give the allied player more time to move forward and get involved. But I think, generally speaking, it went as expected, and indeed as it went historically. Historically, Zweibrücken's command didn't pay didn't have much effect in the battle, and the Allied attack here was defeated by the kind of forces that we've seen, as in some of the guys from the trenches moved over. So I hope you've enjoyed the game. If you've got any questions, please post any comments. As previously mentioned, you can see some other videos on this channel which are about other rules in the system and might give you some more ideas on the way the system works generally. Thank you.